Hello everyone, my name is Spooky Fridge and I'm here on behalf of The League. We are a group who are primarily focused on Reddit, but we are trying to move over to YouTube and pretty much everywhere else where possible. I'm here to just give you a quick demonstration and basically let's get this going. So, who are we? We're a community of fans, we enjoy Pokemon, we enjoy pretty much everything, and we basically do have a battling community. We have giveaways and trading at the moment. We just enjoy pretty much everything to do with Pokemon in general. We're continuously looking for ways to change and better the community and to drive engagement. And basically what we want is we want to interact with you, we want to battle you, trade with you, give you things, send videos up, you know, everything that's basically Pokemon related. We want to be part of that. We're trying to expand everything, so at the moment this is a very small YouTube channel with a small collection of videos, but we are hoping to get things out more frequently, especially in the next coming few weeks, and then hoping to keep it steady. What are we doing right now? So right now the League hosts a series of tournaments, typically one a month, sometimes we have one or two running at the same time. We do try and do a giveaway every Friday. It has slowed down in the last 4 weeks, but we are hoping to get that back up and running while we rearrange our leadership structure. We are uploading videos, and definitely, hopefully, more frequently. That'll be covered in the near future section, but, you know, we'll get there. And then, of course, we are a league, so there is a league involved. Basically, what we do is we have 8 gym leaders, 4 Elite Four members, and 1 champion. Each member, aside from the champion, is locked to a type, so Water, Grass, Fire, Fairy. However, we are allowed 1 Pokemon that doesn't correspond to that type to stop everything from being a wash. I mean, otherwise things like Cloyster would go through our Dragon Gym leader in 2 seconds. Essentially, the way it runs is we use Smogon's OU rules, where basically you're not allowed anything other than Ubers. We follow Swagger Claws, Sleep Claws, that sort of thing. However, the Elite Four are allowed 1 Pokemon from Ubers to help make them a bit more of a challenge. Otherwise, they're really not any better or worse than the gym leaders. And the champion is permitted to have 2 Pokemon from the Ubers tier. You don't typically see us utilize this too much because Ubers and all the very common Ubers sets are pretty much designed just to fight other Ubers Pokemon. So we typically maybe only bring 1. The champion, for example, Flynn Rider, who was a previous champion, lost his championship, and he didn't use any Pokemon from Ubers in that team. Now, when you're challenging us, which is basically, I'm just going to give you a run through of all our rules, just make this as easy as possible for you. You need to use the same team for each member. The team has to be disclosed in your challenging post, and any Pokemon holding a Mega Stone need to be disclosed to hold that Mega Stone. So if you have a Mega Swampert, a Mega Metagross, and a Mega Scizor, that's fine, but they each need to hold their respective stone in every battle, which is the drawback to using multiple Megas. Main reason is because multiple Megas will give you significantly more of an advantage against specific leaders, and if you're allowed to switch out Scizor's item to a Focus Sash when you're going up against the Water Gym leader, then it's really not you're really not using the same team, especially since most Megas do change types or abilities. Forms like X and Y for Charizard, as long with Rotom, need to be disclosed. So that way, for example, you can't use a different Rotom form in every challenge. Also, Charizard X and Y are significantly different, so if you're going to use that Pokemon, you need to state which one. You are permitted to change 1 member of your team when progressing from the gym leaders to the Elite Four. You are also allowed to have a complete team change when you're challenging the champion. So this means that you're not really locked in for the entire thing. A majority of your team is locked in for the 1st and 2nd tier, and the final tier you are allowed to change your team for every single battle with the champion. If you should lose against any member from, say, the Elite Four or the champion, you don't have to go back to the gym leaders, you don't have to go back to the Elite Four if you've lost to the champion. You do get to the next tier, you stay on that tier, which is very nice. However, you cannot, should you lose, challenge that same person within 24 hours. Sorry. So, as we're going, essentially, this is just a quick demonstration of pretty much the most complicated it gets when it comes to challenges. I've just quickly done one that we typically receive. It's, hi, I'd like to challenge you. My team is Ditto, Swampert, Mega, so it's holding a Mega Stone, Gastrodon, Quagsire, Whiscash, Stunfisk, and Gyarados, Mega. So this is really as complicated as it gets. If you do have a Rotom, you'll want to specify Wash, Heat, Fan, or Frost. On top of that, if you have a Charizard that is a Mega, you have to do Mega X, Mega Y. Follow up with just your in-game name, which is Spooky, your friend code, and preferably your time zone, because I am based in Australia, GMT plus 10. It's going to be very difficult if you keep giving me 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I don't even know which American time zone you are, let alone any other things. Definitely for the best. Finally, so if you're still with us, there are prizes for participating in the league. As you progress, you are able to claim prizes through a dedicated thread that we have pinned to the front. The main reason I'm not going into them is we do change them up a lot. In fact, in the next week or so, we're going to be revamping them. It used to be, for example, a shiny starter of any generation with whatever egg moves you want, that sort of thing. Now we're looking at making it a starter of any generation, but that will be announced later. The better you go, the better prizes you get, so don't stop trying. So for example, once you beat the champion, you're entitled to pretty much any Pokemon you want, whereas when you're beating, the Elite Four, it might be anything up to OU, that sort of thing. Of course, that does switch around a fair bit, so do check out the prize thread. So what we're hoping to do in the future is we'd like to expand more on Reddit. We'd like to make our presence a bit bigger on YouTube and expand into a couple of different types of videos. We'd like to offer tips, tricks, maybe team analysis if we have interesting teams submitted to us. We're looking at doing frequent news updates both on and off YouTube for both OU and VGC. So Smogon OU, maybe Ubers, just Smogon in general probably, and VGC because I am pretty heavily into the VGC competition. So that's the main thing that we're looking at doing. Obviously, there's a couple of different things that we're hoping to bring out, and we'd like you to stay tuned with us as we bring those out. Finally, just got a couple of quick links. You can subscribe to this channel. The subreddit's linked here. You have our link to our rules, and you have a link to my own channel, which is Spooky Fridge, and I do primarily VGC. I do a couple of other random videos. That's the main thing. Otherwise, we would appreciate you subscribing, liking, or commenting. It really will help us grow and reach a bigger audience and have more and find more people who will like us for our content. So that would be an amazing help. But until then, guys, this is Spooky Fridge signing off. See ya.